I grew up together in Emerald Heights. We've been best friends since childhood.
How would you describe your childhood friendship with Becca?
Becca was always a very good influence on me. I always considered her my best friend. We would often compete to get better grades in classes.
Did your friendship with Becca change when the two of you went to Wheeler University?
No, it did not. Not at first. She even asked if we could live in the same dorm, which was Hayes Dormitory, which was the studious dormitory, so we lived there.
Did you ever move out of Hayes?
Yes, during my sophomore year, I moved in with my friend A.G. Kraut.
After you moved out of Hayes, did your friendship with Becca change?
At first, no. Nothing seemed to have changed. I still consider her my best friend.
Did Becca make any new friends at Wheeler after you moved out of Hayes?
Sure. Becca had plenty of friends, but another friend that she considered close besides me was Devin.
What was your impression of Miss Lynn?
Devin seemed kind of obsessed with Becca. If Becca would go see a movie, Devin would go see the movie the same day. It was kind of odd.
Did you ever become friends with Devin?
No, Becca did not like me. I can't even count the number of times she called me a loser to my face. I didn't let it affect me, though. Some people are just hostile.
I'm sorry, if you could clarify, did you say that Becca didn't like you?
No, Devin did not like me.
What makes you say that Devin is hostile?
She would just call me a loser to my face, and she was mean and obviously didn't like any one of Becca's friends.
Now, A.G. mentioned $20 million trust fund. How important was that money in your decision to go to Wheeler?
Well, I've always wanted to go to Wheeler. It was a tradition in my family, but the $20 million was just like the icing on the cake. But the money did seem more important to my parents than it did to me.
What makes you say that?
Well, my parents always thought I was going to be great one day. They were always hounding me for not making straight A's. Even an A- or a B+ to them wasn't good enough.
Did you do anything in response to your parental pressure?
Yes, I'm not proud of it, but for one of my classes that I took, which was very hard, A.G. had taken the same class and I borrowed a paper.
Did you do anything else with that paper?
Yes, I heard that Becca was taking the same class, so I emailed the paper to her.
Now, we've all heard about Becca reporting you. Did you ever try to talk to Becca about her report to the SJAC?
Yes, I called, texted, and emailed Becca many, many times, but she never responded. But I later learned that she was going to the Woolly Wizard Music Festival, so I thought I would be able to talk to her there.
Did you ever get a chance to meet up with Becca there?
Yes, at Shark's Organic Brewery at about 9:30, I ran into Becca and we had a conversation about it.
What was the result of that conversation?
Well, I told Becca that I would withdraw from the Lion Prize if it would make her happy. She said she would think about it, and she walked away, and everything seemed fine.
What did you do after Becca left?
After Becca left, I went back to the bar and told A.G. I just needed to take a walk, so I walked around the southeast stages for about a half an hour just to clear my head and see some fans.
About what time was that?
That was around 9:50.
So you started your walk at 9:50?
Yes, and ended about 10:20.
What happened next?
After I left the southeast part of the stages, I went back to my campsite, and I noticed that all of my camping goods had been stolen.
What did you do in response to that?
I was just really upset and tired, and I realized it must have been my fault because I left my SUV unlocked, so I just texted A.G. and told her I wanted to go home.
What did you do after texting A.G.?
After texting A.G., I took down the campsite and put all my dirty clothes in a duffel bag and changed, and then A.G. came.
Just to clarify for the court, what were some of the things that were stolen from your SUV?
My knife was stolen and my camping stove. Too.
When did you learn about Becca Abel's death?
Well, after I went home, I stayed at my parents' house, and the next morning I woke up and saw on the news that what had happened to Becca.
How did that make you feel?
It was devastating.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.